Breaking news. Queen Elizabeth II's coffin has arrived. Breaking news. The Queen's coffin is on the move. What the fuck? Can't this fucking bitch die already? Oh, wait, no, this is an article about Lindsey Graham proposes 15-week abortion ban, dividing Republicans ahead of the midterm elections. So there's a lot of people have a lot to say about this one. Personally, I think it's pretty funny. So as soon as Roe v. Wade was overturned, Republicans started talking about, oh, we're going to do this if we win in the midterms. We're going to have a national abortion ban. And like Mike Pence was going out there going like, oh yeah, we're going to ban abortion for everybody. States' rights. We don't give a fuck about states' rights, And then they realized, oh shit, that's not popular. What's more popular is the states' rights argument. States' rights. States' rights. We got to return it to the states because, states' rights. So let's watch Lindsey Graham, literally just like 2 months ago, saying some shit. So
that made same-sex marriage the law of the land nationally should be overturned?
No, I am saying that I don't think it's going to be overturned.
Nor should it be?
Well, that'd be up to the court. The reasoning, I think, could be attacked, but the point I'm trying to make is I've been consistent. I think states should decide the issue of marriage and states should decide the issue of abortion. I have respect for South Carolina. South Carolina voters here, I trust, to define marriage and to deal with the issue of abortion, not 9 people on the court. That's my view.
So anyway, that's interesting. That was a month ago. I was like literally just a month ago. But some people, I've read this take some in a couple places. Some people are saying that Lindsey Graham is trying to destroy the GOP here. Because the GOP knows that its position is untenable and knows it's unpopular. That's why it does the whole states' rights. Oh, it's actually pro-democracy, states' rights. Got to return to the states. The gerrymandered states where that we can have disproportionately black people in our population, but our state legislature is 98% white. Don't know how that happens. States' rights. So anyway, people are saying that he's purposefully, throwing the atomic bomb into the GOP. Personally, I'm a little skeptical of this, but let's read more of this garbage. Introduced on Tuesday a bill that would ban abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy, the most significant proposal by Republicans in Congress to curtail the procedure since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade 3 months ago. Senate Democratic candidates immediately tried to link their Republican opponents to Graham's bill, but the South Carolina Republican defended his legislation as a bulwark against late-term abortions. Late-term abortions? Oh yeah, late-term. I'm sick of this. First of all, I just, to be very clear so anyone watching this knows my position, I am pro-abortion. I am not pro-choice. I am pro-abortion, okay? If you want to have an abortion, you should be able to have an abortion whenever the fuck you want, right? I don't give a fuck what some stupid jackass childless fucking freak has to say about this, right? I don't give a shit, right? Especially if your health is at risk. Why the fuck, imagine this, right? Your health is at risk, you're gonna die. And instead of fucking surviving, right? Instead of oh, I'm gonna live, you have to get into a debate with your doctor and convince your doctor that it's worth risking going to jail and having to deal with 3 years of court battles to save your life. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want anyone to deal with that. So I'm pro-abortion, right? It's just really that simple. Senate Democratic candidate, I already read that. Quote, I think Democrats made a huge mistake in introducing legislation in Washington that would basically allow abortion up to the moment of birth, Graham told CNN. Now we have an alternative to that. The court's decision in June set off a nationwide scramble to define the legal rights to an abortion after it found nearly 50 years ago a constitutional right to it. In May, the Senate failed to advance a Democratic bill establishing a federal right to terminate a pregnancy until fetal viability, or later if there's a risk to the pregnant patient's life or health. Now again, Democrats on this one are too conservative. I don't give a fuck, right? Because who defines, oh, I'm at risk. I'm at risk. How do you define that? How do you verify that? Right? Let's say you provide someone an abortion, they survive, right? Their life was in jeopardy. You give them the health care, then they live. How do you prove that they would have died? Without outlining clearly how you can prove these things. It's just vague nonsense. It's going to result in years and years of legal battles, and these people don't want to fucking deal with that shit. So I say this. I say Democrats, and I say the logical choice is to allow abortion all the time. Now, again, if it's possible to, rip that baby out, throw them in a tube, and then they can finish growing, I'm all in. I am down to invest in baby tube technology. I am down to invest in these machines that can, act as a womb, from 8 weeks onward or whatever. I'm down. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go into the sci-fi world. I don't know if Republicans would say the same thing. But again, if someone gets pregnant and let's say they have no ability to get an abortion for the first 2 months, 3 months, let's say, whatever, something is preventing them from doing so, doesn't matter. It's not your fucking business. It's their private fucking healthcare concerns, right? So anyway, let's say they want to get that abortion, they should be allowed to do so. It's their fucking body, right? This idea that Republicans want to control other people's bodies is insane to me. It's really, it's crazy shit, right? It's again, they just want to reinstitute slavery in whatever small ways that they can. Senate Republicans were slow on Tuesday to embrace Graham's plan. I'll look at it, said Florida Senator Rick Scott, who chairs the Senate GOP campaign committee. Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson, who is in a tough re-election race, would not directly answer when asked if he backs Graham's bill. Johnson said abortion laws should be decided by way of the people in the 50 states. Your campaign is not going well when you bust out some we the people ass shit. The Supreme Court's decision resurrected Wisconsin's abortion ban, which was passed in 1849. 1849. We the people should decide. Oh, really? Really? Okay, we the people should decide? Meanwhile, a law from 1849, remind me, in the category that would be encompassed by we the people, was anyone alive in 1849 who's still alive right now? Right? No. South Dakota Senator John Thune, the GOP whip, defended the new legislation, saying it will give GOP candidates a place to land as they get hammered by Democrats on the issue. He said most Republicans favor abortion restrictions, not an outright ban. Thune said CNN he supported the 15-week ban. Quote, I would expect there to be pretty good support for that among, pro-life Republicans, maybe some pro-life Democrats. These people live in a fucking fantasy world, man. These motherfuckers are crazy. I also think that because Democrats have tried to convert this into a one-sided argument that represents their singular view of the world, which is all Republicans are for an outright ban, Thune added. I think this changes that narrative and gives candidates a place to be for something that reflects their views and doesn't fit the Democrat narrative. What? What? You know what I mean? It's just what are these people talking about? We're talking about real, living creatures. We're talking about human fucking beings here, right? And these people are just should people be slaves to the state after 15 weeks? Should they be a slave to the state? Should it be 20 weeks they're a slave to the state? When do we decide that anyone with a uterus becomes a slave? At what point do they become a slave? At what point are they a free-thinking human being? At what point do they have constitutional protections? At what point do they not have constitutional protections? It's my friend, what the fuck? You are on drugs. You are on drugs. Why are we discussing slavery? What is slavery? What is the definition of the 13th Amendment for slavery? Forced labor. I don't know about you, but if someone is forcing you into, and what do we call when someone's about to give birth? We call it labor. If someone is forcing you into labor, sounds a lot like forced labor, sounds a lot like a violation of the 13th Amendment. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading a little bit, I don't know, the text of the Constitution. Maybe they meant something else when they said forced labor. I don't know. You gotta get fucking Scalia's ghost on this shit. What was forced labor? What was forced labor really mean? By the way, again, of course, prisons don't count as written in the 13th Amendment because, whoa, right? Texas Senator John Cornyn, a member of the GOP leadership, had a different view of Graham's bill. I think there are going to be some differences of opinion, said Cornyn. My preference is to have each state handle those issues. Asked why he thought Graham put forward the legislation, Cornyn responded, ask Senator Graham. Just ask him. Why are you asking me? Why are you asking me? Get him on the TV. I don't want to be here anymore. I got, we the people. I got to get the hell out of here. North Carolina Senator Thom Tillis. What kind of name is Thom, by the way? Like, this motherfucker's going to tell you his name is pronounced Tom? Pfft, okay, sure, buddy. Thom Tillis said he wanted to focus on inflation. The consumer price index jumped 8.3% from August. Oh, that's just CNN's fucking editorial. Quote, that's what we ought to be focusing on, Tillis said. Wyoming Senator John Barrasso, a third GOP member of leadership, said he supported Graham's previous anti-abortion proposals, but would not answer directly. Anyway, so there you go. You can read more of this. But yeah, Republicans are scrambling about it. Personally, I like the conspiracy that Lindsey Graham is kind of like trying to blow up the Republican Party with this one. But I doubt it. I think it's more likely that Lindsey Graham is just an idiot. I think that that's the more likely scenario here. But either way, it's pretty entertaining. I enjoy it. Except, wait, these people are senators. And they're trying to legislate slavery, right? So, wait, that's actually really bad. So, as funny as it is, it's also really fucking bad. And so, there you go. I don't know what else I need to say about that, but...